Hi, this is Mikelat from Building Aspirations, where we help small businesses with their marketing and sales needs. And this is a sales tip video for you, reminding you that the sales process is never about you. It is always about your target market. And this is number one. You need to focus on your target market. Some of you don't even know who your target market is. And your target market, I guarantee you, is not everybody. Because there's two basic fundamental things that need to exist in your target market. If you don't have these two basic things, you don't have a target market, or you don't understand who your target market is. The willingness, number one, and two, the ability to pay. The willingness and the ability to pay. Sometimes my clients come to me and say, oh, my target market doesn't have a budget. Well, then it's not your target market. Because, okay, you can't sell to someone who doesn't have any money. Well, that's kind of basic business stuff, right? So you need to know who your target market is, first of all. And then two, you need to focus on their needs. Their needs, not your needs. I was just on a phone call just last week, and somebody called me, and we started a discussion, and I said, well, what do you hope to do with your business? And the first thing he said was, oh, well, 10 years ago, okay. What it's like, he should be focused on me. Like, he's focused on himself. Because he's trying to sell something to me. He's trying to engage me. I'm his target market in that conversation. And I didn't even ask him what happened 10 years ago, so don't do that. I mean, because it's just going to confuse the sales process. Now, if we're having a conversation, if I'm learning about his business, okay, then yeah, you go a little bit deeper. But in the very beginning, I'm just learning who he is. And he's going to give me a 10-year synopsis. There's no way I can absorb that information or understand it, especially when I asked, well, what does your company plan to do in the future? Which leads us to tip number three. Me, 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 me. You know, that's like a bird chirping. And if all your sales messaging is me, 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 that's you need to readdress that. You need to focus on them, your target market. Your messaging should be them. Should be focused on the verbiage that's important to them, the keywords that are important to them. Here's how I can help you. Here's what I think your pain points are. Here's how I can help you improve your business. Here's what I can do for you. You. Tip number 5, again, you know, I just have to emphasize it, so I put it in here 2 different ways in slightly different verbiage. Get rid of the I's. I've seen so many sales presentations from corporations. I did a lot of consulting in the IT industry, and these major vendors would come in and they would start off, the first 3 or 4 slides would be I. We've been in business for 16 years. We have this, we have this, we have this. I don't care. Like, seriously. Like, do you care if someone's been in business for 20 years if they cannot help you? So what? You're wasting my time and your time. It's not about you. It's always about them. Which leads us to number 5. Them. It's about them. You notice the common theme in everything I'm saying here? Because the key point is that you only exist because of them. You only exist because of your target market. Nobody cares about you. Oh, I'm so sorry. But you know what? This is so true and so hard for you to understand. You know what people care about? Themselves. And, you know, I'm being a little outlandish. I'm being a little aggressive and silly here. Of course, you know, I'm not saying that, like, people don't care about you, right? But the thing people most care about in the world is themselves. How can you help them? So this is just a big reminder in a lot of different, slightly different ways to remember that the sales process is never about you. It is always about them. It is always about your target market. And I tried to say it in slightly 5 different ways because it's really the same thing over and over again. Let me review quickly what those 5 ways are. Number 1, focus on your target markets. What is important to them? 2, if your stories, if your sales messaging is all about you, what happened 10 years ago, there's an opportunity to improve that sales messaging. 3, eliminate me from your sales messaging. 4, eliminate I from your sales messaging. And number 5, always remember that you only exist, your business exists because of them being your target market. This is Mark Mikelat from Building Aspirations, sharing 5 different ways to never forget that your sales messaging is always about them. We hope you enjoyed these tips, and we would love to provide you more value in our Building Aspirations newsletter, and you can subscribe in the link in the box just below this video. Once again, this is Mark Mikelat. Thanks for listening.